What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Core Podcast. What do you think of that intro?
I
Yeah,
thought
it's
it was
good. We're
pretty
getting
great.
there.
Yeah, I like our little powered thing. Today we've got Dan Wagner joining us. My name's Kirby Downey. That boy is.
I'm Johnny. I'm Jonny Harrison.
There we go.
You surprised me there with a different little intro. You see, it just
I'm
caught
keeping
me
you-
off guard.
Keeping you on your toes.
Well, it's been a long Monday, so that's maybe not the best idea. But yeah,
Yes. Yeah, we've got Dan Wagner from SOLIDWORKS with us. We're going to hang out, chat about World.
One of
What
our
we're
favorite
looking forward
topics.
to. Yeah, what we're looking forward to, what we've got planned, what you guys have got planned on the community side. Should be good fun. Our last episode, we had Mike Puckett telling about how excited we all were to be in Atlanta, and the next day, they got cancelled.
Yep.
So that was a fun conversation, though. It was really good, and we really got excited for it. But I think because Johnny and I, we went straight into hallway hangouts mode and be like, we have a plan. So it's quite easy to change. And I'm sure for you guys on SolidWorks side, that must have been you must have been busy.
Still busy for sure. I definitely feel, Kirby, like the last 2 weeks have been a sprint. Just like I felt actually really prepared and ready to roll for Atlanta. We had some awesome stuff lined up, and then to some extent it was like, hey, start over, right? And
Yep.
sprint for the next 2 weeks. That's okay. It's awesome. We're still gonna have a great event, and it's gonna be an awesome time. But yeah, the last couple of weeks have surely been stressful, and that's just for me on the Swuggin side. I can't even speak for like the event as a whole. Like those folks are just working nonstop right now.
Yeah, and I'm sure having originally as a hybrid, it's been much easier to kind of convert to it than if there was no virtual aspect already built in.
Yeah, I totally agree there. To your point, right? The platform, the virtual presentations, virtual hangouts, which I'll talk more about in a second. All that stuff was actually already all set up and was going to happen either way. So that's cool. The parts that weren't set up or were different, right? Things like general session, things like folks who weren't planning to present virtually. They were just going to present, locally there in Atlanta. Getting some of those people to switch over to a virtual presentation. Those are all the moving pieces right now.
Yeah, I mean, like my presentation, I already signed up for virtual and for in person. So I had my virtual presentation recorded and uploaded, so nothing had to change on my end. I mean, I would have liked to have redone it a bit, but I'm lazy.
I was in the same boat that I'm also, admittedly lazy to some extent. And I already, pre-recorded it, had it ready to go for this tips and tricks presentation. And it's almost like, you couldn't tell that I pre-recorded it, except for my last model. I wrote like Atlanta because I'm doing sketch text, and I did like ATL 2022. And I talked about, hey, we're here in Atlanta, it's awesome. I'm like, I'm not going to re-record that,
Nah.
So it's just,
That's all right, Dan. Kirby took a similar approach. He was just like, "Nah, I'm not re-recording anything. It's going as it was."
So I
Bloopers
think at
and
some
all.
point I'll be like, I hope everyone's enjoying in person or something like that.
Yep.
But it's
Yeah.
like my whole recording was just I just winged it.
Yeah.
Just
Do
one
it live.
take. Any mistakes are in it. It just makes it more personable and less pressure on me.
I totally agree. I think there's an interesting trend with presentations that, and I totally get it, especially with being virtual. A lot of people pre-record stuff, right, and cook that into a PowerPoint deck or something like that. And again, I totally understand that. And if you have that luxury, why wouldn't you do it, right? Why wouldn't you pre-record? But when someone is doing something live in SolidWorks, like, or at least like doing the clicks themselves while they're recording, there's so much more street cred, right? That I think comes out of that, and people really appreciate that.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. We'll miss hanging out with each other, but we're trying to facilitate that as best as possible. But
Yeah, we're gonna do our best again, Kirby, aren't we?
I think what Johnny and I are going to miss most is the drinks.
Yeah, I know.
Like Johnny said, we'll make the most of it.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll make the most of it. World Week is always like a marathon, right? Like you start kind of the moment you get off the plane, and
Off the
you
plane.
don't. Yeah, until yeah.
Nah, you stop before you get on the plane, Dan.
All right, Johnny, fine. You start as soon as you get on the plane, and you don't really stop right until you get back at home. So it's just a different mindset, right? It's a different way of looking at it. So,
yeah. I mean, speaking of drinking, we'll play a little "What We're Drinking" segment.
Oh,
King. What are they drinking? I was kind of hoping to add new pictures to that from Atlanta.
I still think, Kirby, that's the best one we've made.
yeah, I wouldn't touch that. That's gold.
The product review one is absolute dog dirt.
I'll play that actually.
What product's coming over the hill? Is it a 5-star? Is it a 5-star?
I love that. Is that the old XP,
Yeah.
Windows XP background? That's great.
I mean, I didn't even try and animate it. I just took it in Photoshop and just moved it around with my mouse and screen recorded it.
Yeah,
But,
great. It's perfect.
Dan, what are you drinking tonight?
It's not that exciting, fellas. I'm sorry. It's 3:00 only here. I'm still working technically, so it's just a black cherry seltzer water. It's not that exciting.
That's quite a fancy water, I'm not going to lie.
It is. It's a fancy water from a local grocery store.
It smells good. Johnny, what are you drinking?
Well, Kirby, you know, we have shares in Brewdog, so I've gone for a Brewdog Punk IPA.
Pretty bog standard. I've gone for a Stormtrooper
Cheers.
Galactic Pale Ale.
Ooh, that's nice.
All hail the pale ale.
But yeah, we've got some people in the chat with us. We got good old Brandon. He's always there, nice and early. We got Dan Wagner. Oh, we're seeing double.
Yeah. Dan, you got a
We
twin?
Heather joining us for now.
Hey, Heather.
Great. No, good to see you. But I think, even though it's cancelled, I think it hasn't dampened too many spirits. People are still looking forward to their technical sessions and that, and there's still things to do. It's not like it's the end of the world.
Yeah, I think last year it was no question totally virtual, right? Like we all knew that going into it, and because again, so many people had the luxury. So much of last year was pre-recorded because it was a all virtual session, right? This year, I can at least confidently say that it's going to be more live than last year, than 2021. So that is at least something I think we can all look forward to and still really appreciate, like the live TV aspect of what's going to happen next week.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that felt a bit. We were just watching a pre-recording.
Right.
I think if it is live and hopefully the presenters can react to the chat, or that could make, or like if people are getting hyped and they throw ones into the chat, then people can get quite excited.
Yeah. There's a couple things there, right? There's the technical sessions where those I think are, as they were already planned to be, those are pre-recorded, kind of like we were just chatting about, right? Like you had the ability to pre-record and submit your presentation to the platform. I believe the plan there is if you have questions or if you want to communicate with the audience, everybody goes over to the community, the platform for the event in the 3D Experience platform, and then you can interact and chat with folks there. But we'll talk about the Swuggen stuff in a second, which is all live, but even just general session itself, like seeing GP, Suchit, all those folks up there, that stuff's all going to be live, streaming, totally live, which again is a little bit different than it was last year.
Yeah. It's like, there's nothing like 5,000 people cheering on a new fillet feature.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Nowhere else.
Yeah, it's funny watching a SolidWorks presentation with someone who doesn't know it at all, and that you don't always get that opportunity, right? But if you're sitting next to someone who really isn't that familiar with CAD or SolidWorks or engineering, and they're watching everybody else around the room, like, why are they cheering for that? And like, oh yeah, that was huge. No, you don't understand. That's like something we really needed, and that for me is always like a funny experience seeing that happen.
I remember being in the room when they did a couple of those things. I was like, yeah, they talk about the feature. I'm like, that's quite impressive, but people are cheering. I was just like, okay, that's interesting. And then I just got involved with it. I'm like, yeah, just really just going nuts. You just get lost with it. It's mob mentality.
It really is, yeah, because you can compare it to anything else you're into, right? Any of your other hobbies or anything else you really love. It's like if you see something really cool about it or a new feature or whatever, you're going to get excited about it, and that's the same type of thing.
Yes, but have you got anything you're excited for to do? Yeah,
for sure. So I think if we could break it down into, because earlier I said like the event team as a whole, they're crazy busy right now, getting reorganized and getting ready for next week. But even just myself on the community team here at SolidWorks, right, which includes a couple different things, I can kind of chat about it and focus on the things that we're doing next week, right? Things that I know both of you guys are involved in. So let's just talk about like SWGN. What's going on with the user group network next week? What are some things we're excited for? So I know not only you guys, right? You're part of the community, but we have a couple other things that are kind of tied into that, right? Tied into your podcast and the community as a whole, trying to stay connected and stay online during the week. I think you guys are playing a huge role in that, and I think I really appreciate it, and I think everybody else does as well, that someone is making that effort. So I'm grouping this into SWGN, you guys, but I think it's bigger than that. And again, thank you to you guys, and thanks for putting the effort out there. I think a lot of people appreciate it. I know Dan and the folks who organize the CAD Monkey dinner, they're trying to partner with you guys, right, to get together and kind of the CAD Monkey should have been in person. We're looking forward to being in person, but that's one of the first real things to kick the weekend off, or kick the week off, really, is bringing in the folks who are part of that into your podcast, I believe.
I think so. It's
something like that.
Yeah, we still got to figure it out, because that Saturday night, basically all of
Saturday
the
night
that I used to stream is packed up and ready to go to head up to Jonny.
Right.
So I can't do anything on my end other than watch things on my phone.
Gotcha. Okay.
So we're still trying to. I think Dan's going to be creating his own Zoom meeting and that.
Oh, his own one. Okay, and then and you guys could jump in there or whatever. So that's cool, right? I'm just mentioning that was like one of the first physical things that was supposed to happen, and I know Dan and those folks are still trying to make that happen.
It's kind of tricky for Dan, because he had planned the whole of CAD Monkey, and for those that don't know, CAD Monkey is the unofficial start of 3D Experience World. Everybody that comes in a day earlier, there's an event that everybody goes to, and it's kind of where everybody sees each other again, says hey, and meets up and hangs out. Has a few too many and gets carried home.
It's where we met, isn't it, Kirby? But you don't remember because you were
getting carried home.
I was also no, I got myself home that night.
Not in Nashville.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I went from Hooters straight to the CAD Monkey, and then straight home.
Yep. Nice.
Standard issue Saturday night, you know.
There's videos of me doing karaoke, and it was brutal, but it was great. Jonny and I really connected.
Oh man, that sounds a bit.
I could tell. So anyway, that's right. That's one of the first things to mention. But as we get into the week on Monday, Monday morning we got general session. Everybody's going to be checking that out, and you have a bunch of technical sessions. Monday afternoon at 3 p.m. is the SWGN Summit. So the summit, for anybody right who's watching and doesn't know, is just an annual gathering at World, supposed to be at World, of any user group leader or user group member that's there, and everybody can get together, kind of review the previous year in SWGN. But the bigger piece of it, the larger piece of that SWGN Summit, should be giving out the SWGN Choice Awards. So these are like, who is the user group of the year, user group leader of the year, what was the meetup of the year, and we have a handful of other awards that are, again, gives us the chance to kind of recollect on the year and recognize some of those folks. And they come from the community too. So we put this vote out to the whole community and everybody, but it's not me. It's not me selecting these winners. It's the community picking these winners and again, recognizing those folks.
Yeah, like I'm one of the committee members that helped choose those winners. And it's always fun. It's a good way to, among us, we just reflect and chat about what they did.
Yep.
But I think one thing that you want to do this year is talk about everybody that was nominated as well.
Yeah.
Give them a mention and give, kind of share why they were nominated first and
yep.
what they got up to. Because, I mean, realistically, like, a lot of people wouldn't really know exactly about the conversations we had about why we chose those people.
Yep. Yeah, that's actually the challenge as SWGN gets larger, as the network gets bigger, and especially growing globally, is it's tough for everybody to keep in the loop as to all the things that are going on, all the meetings that are happening. So kind of sourcing this information from the crowd lets us get a little bit more of the real kind of like what's going on, what meetings are occurring. And when we're trying to relay to the committee, hey, we're not just picking North American winners or anything like that. We're trying to think globally. And I think actually we did a really nice job of that this year. Kirby is recognizing the entire network and thinking like, hey, we have a lot of new groups in Africa, a lot of new groups in India, some really active groups in, different parts of Europe. So, I mean, 3 groups where you guys are, right? 2 of them are yours. And that's just awesome.
Well, there should be 4 now because Jade signed up as a user group leader.
Right. Yeah. So Jade would be our 4th. And we just got a new user group in Ireland too, by the way, this year.
Oh, cool.
I know there's someone in Edinburgh that's also looking to start up a group.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So it's growing and it's good fun. And hopefully this year, actually, if we do another SWGN group thing, it'll be more people, more spread out, and should be great.
Yeah, for sure. So like that's Monday, right? We go through all of those tech sessions everybody loves. We get to the SWGN Summit, get through the awards. We're not doing all of the awards, though. Here's one thing we're going to do, and Kirby, of course, already knows this, but we're going to reserve 2 of them to give live on general sessions. So the SWGN Summit, I hope to have a couple hundred people in there, right? I hope we get a couple hundred user group leaders, user group members. If we all push it out, we get a few people in there. But there's upwards of 20,000 plus people signed up for World. So I want to take those 2 like huge awards and deliver them live on main stage in front of the entire show.
That's really good. 20,000.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like you think the scale of the scale that the virtual event gives us the ability to hit, right? Because we can only have 5,000 or 6,000 people normally there in person, but when it's virtual, it just really blows up.
But you're also not limited to location.
Correct. Yeah. Correct. To that point, that was one of the reasons why I wanted to push the SWGN Summit up to 3:00 Eastern. We have so many, again, groups in India and different parts of Europe that are 5, 6, 7, 8 hours ahead. It might be kind of later for some of those folks, but it's still certainly doable.
Yeah, it does help. I know, like Michael Lord sent us his schedule. Basically, everything that happens at World, he's in bed.
The middle of the night.
Yeah. Basically, he'll catch our last half an hour probably of streaming, and
he might as well just work night shift that week or do something. Just do something different. It's tough.
And for the SWGN Summit, obviously anybody can attend.
Yeah, and that's the other thing that the virtual event really affords us is we can open it up to anybody, right? We can open it up to the world. If we're there in person, if we're attending my original plan, right? I have the summit in person there in Atlanta, and we have a room, and we're kind of limited to the size of that room, right? That's really the limiting factor. Whereas now we're virtual, there's no reason we can't welcome in a few hundred extra people, all the way up to whatever Zoom will allow, which I think is 500. So
we got the big package. We bought the little package today.
Nice. Today. Your new owners, huh? Your new customers of Zoom.
Well, no,
Yeah, we're
cheeky.
cheapskates.
We did it last year as well, but then we just cancelled straight after.
Oh, perfect. Oh, that's a good strategy. Yeah.
That's what we'll do again, probably. Like, yeah.
It just because with the free version of Zoom, you can only do a maximum of 40 minutes
Right.
meetings. Where with the paid for version, you can do up to 30 hours.
Okay.
Which sounds like a target more than a limit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, if Slug Me 6 never happened, I would think that's a crazy target, right? But now knowing things like Slug Me 6 exist, not so crazy.
Is there? I heard there's rumors there might be mention of Slug Me 7.
That is accurate. I won't give any details away, anything at all.
I don't even know. So I'm excited.
But I can tell you, I met with the Slug Me committee today. So that's Cam, Todd, and Eric. Chatted through some ideas, some things they're working on, and I hope to see some of those ideas live in the Swuggen Summit on Monday.
That'll be really exciting. I mean, what they pulled off, and still to me, that's probably the best demo of SolidWorks and what you can do with SolidWorks ever, because
I totally agree. Yep.
Because it's all community driven and it's done by people that are passionate about it. There's no kind of marketing hoo-ha behind it. There's no green lawnmower.
Yep. Yeah,
lawnmower. My God.
I can tell you guys, I don't know this for sure. Okay, I've seen a lot of the content for next week. I haven't seen any lawnmowers yet. Okay, I'll just throw that out there. I cannot say for certain, but I have not seen any lawnmowers as of yet.
Dan, if it was in person and there was a lawnmower, me and Kirby were walking out of general session. Put that thing to bed. It's done. Well, no, it isn't done, which is part of the problem.
Yeah. Is that thing available? Can you buy that thing yet? Does anybody know?
Yeah, it was invented about 10 years before SolidWorks ever demoed it.
No comment.
So, yep. Yeah. Nice political. I like it.
If they need help 3D printing, I can help them.
Yep.
But how can people join the Swuggen Summit?
So the Swuggen Summit, the Zoom link, I can actually share it with your crowd here. Maybe I can share it with you guys in the chat here. I'll pull this up on the side. The link has already been shared with all group leaders. So anybody who's member of a user group, their leader has the link already that's already in their possession. The idea is that they would take that and share it with their crowd through LinkedIn or through, whatever. I'm not looking at you guys right now, so I don't know what you're laughing about. I got to come back.
Michael Lords just chimed in, not the lawnmower.
Oh, not the lawnmower. Yeah.
Oh
my gosh. I got to find whatever window I connected to you guys with, because now
what time in the future is it for you, Michael?
Yeah, it must be either really early or very late, depending on how you work. I'm going to guess it's like 6 a.m. maybe, Michael.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, it's 7:30 in the morning.
Oh, I wasn't far off.
Okay, so 7:30 because I'm an ignorant American. What does that mean? Does that mean halfway to 7? Okay, halfway past. So I'd call that halfway past 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's really interesting in Afrikaans? You'd say something like, if you would say direct translation is 7:30 as well, but it would be 6:30 because it's halfway to 7.
Oh my days! It's not that difficult. Honestly, when we come over, Dan, and we're like, yeah, it's like 1:45 or like 1:15, and people are like, what?
What, quarter to what? Yeah, past what are you talking about?
America is like use military time. It's easier.
It's
Brandon, Michael's from Sydney, Australia, down under.
Good eye, mate.
Absolutely butchered the accent there.
I thought it was pretty good.
I'm planning to go to Australia next year.
Well, if we work with Michael and we get a regional Australia, meeting, maybe it's an excuse to go over there.
Yes.
Swuggen meeting.
Yeah, but all business.
All business. All business. No fun at all. I got to get back to the live chat here. All right. Okay, so I shared it with you guys. I can drop it in YouTube here as well. I mean, here's my thinking though with this Zoom link, right? I helped create the network page on the 3D Experience World website, right? So anybody attending World has this network page and they can see. But I don't necessarily want to post the Swuggen Summit link there and have 20,000 people try to get into it at the same time. So that's why we're not making it like a publicly listed event on the main agenda. But what I can do is share it with your audience here. I'll do copy. I'll just paste it into YouTube.
If you want to share, I mean, is that the email that's on the 3D Experience platform page?
It is. Yep. It's up to you guys. I can do the Zoom link here, or the link. Oh, perfect.
I don't know what is going on with my screen.
Whoa, that looks good.
Oh, nice.
There we go.
I was trying not to look at
TVs
it.
that have got to really warm up.
Yeah.
I also appreciate this page because of the guy in the hat. Like, how baller is he?
Oh, that's a nice hat, man.
That's a pretty solid convention hat.
Yeah, Kirby knows. He's dabbled in hats.
Dabbled in hats.
But yeah, under conference and networking sessions, you get this page here, and then under Live from the Hive, the Swuggen Summit.
Swuggen Summit.
Contact that email address. But also, we're going to live stream the Swuggen Summit.
I love that idea. I know we haven't talked through any details or how to pull that off yet, but I love it. I think it's a great idea.
I'll
Don't
figure
worry,
it out.
we've been thinking.
It's all up here. It's all up here. Yeah, I think, the summit, again, is an open door event in this case because we're not there physically. And then at the end of the summit, we're actually going to break off into regional, we'll call it virtual breakout rooms. So, Kirby, right? Any group leader or member who's in Kirby's region in Europe could go and meet with Kirby. Any group leader who's in, the western part of the U.S. would meet with Jose, and so on and so forth. So we'll break that out into different groups at the end of the meeting, because I think it also affords a kind of a once a year type thing where there's so many group members in one spot. There's so many people in one spot. You don't often have that big collection of that many people. Yeah,
I mean, we could do it how we do it in person, where Michael, Lord, and we just handle rest of world. But we'll see how many people pitch up to it.
That's really the thing, is we'll have to kind of cross that bridge when we get to it. See how many people join, see how many people are from different areas, and just run with it from there.
So I can confirm that it'll definitely not be in Sydney next year. But hopefully next year, like the 1 year, we all go to you, Michael, instead of you coming to us.
Yeah, Michael doesn't have to deal with any crazy time zone changes or like losing a day. Yeah. He just rolls out of bed and walks down the street for once. Poor guy.
So I think we're still only on Monday, right? We only got to the Swuggen Summit and the things that are happening on Monday. We'll take those two awards and we'll see those final two awards, which are the Michelle Pillars Community Award and the Wayne Tiffany User Group Leader of the Year Award. We'll see those live on main stage on Wednesday, which is going to be cool. Another interesting thing happening on Tuesday, I think everybody knows this at this point, Sean O'Neill has moved over from running the Champions program to now he's heavily involved with SOLIDWORKS Live on YouTube. I'm going to do an interview with Sean and be live on SOLIDWORKS Live on Tuesday morning to talk through who those winners were and kind of tee up the next two awards for Wednesday, which will be pretty cool.
Yeah, we're also going to be kind of taking over the SOLIDWORKS Live channel, which will be quite exciting.
Yeah.
We found out the real reasons because you guys are hungry. You want to get pizza.
Yeah, we heard some rumor about pizza.
You wasn't me.
We were invited. We were just told to hold the fort.
Do you know what it is, Kirby? We could like do them over and just order pizza and sit eating it for an hour.
Yeah, wasn't me, guys. I'll tell you that much. I'm still going to try and embody that world energy next week in Waltham. Right, I'll be there with Sean. We'll be there at headquarters for the week. And I still I feel like I have to do it for everybody, right? You have to do it for the rest of the world of you're still there. You're still running the marathon for the week.
I mean, I think for you guys, because you kind of in a way still meeting up, you still have that kind of world energy.
Yes.
I was thinking maybe Jonny and I just rock up. Just you can't leave us out in the cold.
I mean, I won't make that call, Kirby, but if you guys show up outside, you know,
Big computer and podcast stuff. We're like,
let's say, what do we do with this? Yeah, what do we do? Mm-hmm.
You know
give
what,
us a
Kirby?
corner.
I'm sure I've still
even
got
if we're sitting on the
SOLIDWORKS Red
floor.
Lanyard.
They're not going to leave you outside because there's about 2 feet of snow in New England right now that fell Friday.
dude.
We only got about 6 inches, but they got about 2 feet up there. So
We're all set then, Kirby. Get the bags packed. Let's go.
Yep.
Dan said they won't leave us outside.
Yeah, you heard it. You heard it here.
I think that's legally binding. I'm sure it'll hold
Yeah.
up.
Is it though? Yeah.
It's on
Live
YouTube
from in the
forever now,
snow.
Dan.
Yep, it's true. Dang, we're gonna have to edit that part out.
Yeah, we don't do edits. I don't know. Kirby's thrown me under the bus quite a few times.
yeah, and Heather's up north as well, so she must be.
Oh yeah, Heather, can we get a
Really
snow
close.
total? Can we get a snow total in the?
I think
in the
Heather
region?
might have given us one when she joined. I think she said 20 inches.
Oof. It's
I
enough.
missed that. Oh, there we
20
go.
inches. Hot tea and 20 inches. There you go. Nice.
Kirby does the tech. I do the admin.
I need to convert that to non-American. 50, half a meter. Bloody hell.
Yeah, it's a lot. That's a lot for snow. I mean, anything under a foot of snow is like fun and hey, make a snowman and it's
That's what she
great.
Yeah, not here. It's not.
Yeah,
Stops the whole country.
yeah. That's what she said.
Yeah, nice. I'm going to have to show it now, Dan, because you said it so.
Yeah, that's what she said. Nice.
Do love.
Kirby, that page you were showing before, that network page, the other thing I want to just take a quick second to highlight is those meetups. So if you go a little bit up there, the first section, Hive Hangouts, and then if you hit that click here, that should just sort the session catalog to all the Hive Hangouts. So these were, again, we were going to have these in person. These were going to be in-person events. Is this only filtered to one day, maybe?
No, this is
No,
just
it's
the
Tuesday
half.
and Wednesday. Okay, so change it. I don't know why you're not seeing the rest of them. Maybe they're still loading. It should be. Let me double check. Anyway, we'll do this live. Let me see if that search is
I
working
can
or if it's
see all
just...
your.
If you do a maybe go back, hit session catalog at the top instead of going through that network page. I just want to make sure that link didn't get changed somehow. I'm not watching your screen. Let me see what you're doing. Okay. And then once you're in here, just search for the Hive. Oh, that's weird. It took you right back to there, huh? Maybe you got some cookies going on. Maybe you got some predefined
nothing
search
about
results.
cookies.
Now, when I click that link, I get them all. So I don't know.
Heather's throwing in the elbow cough.
Elbow cup.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you do yeah, so search for the Hive now. Do that. See if this will filter them
What
out.
if I search by Hangout?
You can try that too. There's other Hangouts. Yeah, you're just getting like a condensed.
Hive.
You don't have any-
Did this.
You don't have any other filter chosen
I
below,
can-
right?
You can share your screen if you'd like.
Yeah, we could definitely do that. Let's see how I do that.
Should be at the bottom.
Okay. Share screen. Cool. And I can pick the one with the duck. I'm going to share the duck. Okay. Okay. So can you guys see this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, I don't know what's, but if I click this, right, it should do a predefined search result with only the Hive sessions, which should be 8 sessions. Myself and Matthew Hall are running most of these. This is like the maker session, 3D Swim Q&A, designers and engineers, which should be the big one. Like there's already a lot of people signed up for that meetup. Engineering and CAD managers, and then production and operation managers. Those are like the main ones. We have some other folks though plugging into other some of these other hangouts, like Brian Serrano. He works in our education team, so he's doing the student hangout. We have Eric Leafquist. He's from the electrical team, so he's doing the electrical hangout, of course. And then Visualize, like this is going to be a cool one. Bastion's doing one with visualization. So if you're someone who's into Visualize or rendering, that's definitely a hangout you might want to check out. But the point of this is these are all Zoom speed networking sessions. So if you're fall in any one of these buckets, you want to meet other folks around the world who are interested in the same things as you, have the same job responsibilities, all those types of things, or other students who use SolidWorks, these are great sessions to jump into. So again, these were going to be live in person in Atlanta, physically there, right? So we pivoted quite a bit. Some of these were already virtual, and we shifted a couple more over to be fully virtual. Myself and Matt are going to be running most of them, but and as mentioned, we have some other folks kind of plugging into these as well. So you'll want to check these out.
I think.
Yeah, Heather's saying she doesn't see them either.
What if they're not showing because the sessions are full?
That's a good question. Like if I do, here, I'll copy this link because it's really just, again, using the search results. If I do a new incognito with
even if I search
right.
Maker.
Let's see. Accept. Even, oh, there you go. That's interesting. So, okay. Well, guys, we might have found a little interesting thing here. So I did incognito mode, which should bypass all my cookies, right? I'm getting different results here. Okay, so let me try this because I didn't try that before, but we'll do session type. In session type, meetups are in there. And the reason I'm not saying just to do that is because there's other types of meetups. There's other things that are not necessarily Hive sessions. So if you only do meetups, 14 sessions show up, but I believe the Hive, like the Hive Hangouts would show in here. So can I sort by meetup and Hive, for example? Yeah, only 2 show up. That's not right. I don't know why it's doing that, but
to me it feels like it's because they're full, because they're showing up in your end because you've either registered for them or you've
Or a presenter.
or you presenter.
These ones, like this one, for example, neither. I'm not presenting and it's not on my schedule because it's the student one. It's interesting. Hey, if nothing else, we uncovered something I have to go fix after this after this phone call.
We just gave you more work.
You guys just gave me more homework. But no, that's fine. That's all good. I mean, I guess worst case scenario, right, for the live audience here, you can just sort by just meetups, which gets you everything. And then the Hive sessions are in there. They're in that that list. There's other great meetups, though. I don't want to discount the other meetups that are happening. But these were ones that we were trying to kind of cultivate and run internally prior to going, fully virtual.
Yeah. I mean, it's...
Let me jump back here.
Those are the sessions that will have that interaction, that conversation that you can have with people.
Yep.
The only other places is in the chats of the sessions, but I mean, because they're pre-recorded, your presenter's not going to give you any answers unless they're watching.
Yeah. But you know what? Again, this is a spot where I really want to thank you guys again for what you're doing next week. You guys are single-handedly creating a live space that people, while they're watching different events and general session and that kind of stuff, can pop into and chat with you guys and chat with anybody else who's on with you, which I think is awesome.
Yeah, that should be good fun, though.
What's the max number of people you both would feel comfortable having on at one time next week?
Many as you want. The more people show up, the less we do.
I think we're limited to 100 on Zoom.
Okay,
So,
that makes sense.
100. I mean, according to my presentation, I've got 333 people registered.
Okay. That's crazy. That's up. We just met on Friday, right? And that was like 250 or 2 something on Friday. Yeah. Wow, that's awesome.
Some reason people think they're going to learn something.
That's cool, man. That's
How wrong
great.
They are.
They've just registered to watch me talk about myself.
How wrong they are. That's awesome.
This is where Kirby's numbers just nosedive. And then he blames me.
People started registering.
Wrong. You guys, right? This is the last time you're live before next week. Is this your big show?
Yes. So I've actually got where is it? I've got a banner that actually says 3D Experience World Warm Up.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So
It's the warm-up
that's
round.
it. Yeah. So I mean,
I was going to ask if we could turn the tables here for a second. What do you both have planned for next week? Anything you want to cue the audience in on, or?
so
I mean,
I've
not
got
to
so
put
much-
you on the spot, but
No, we've got some very exciting. So last year, the hallway hangout was just purely a dumb idea, and we just emailed people, say come join, and people came and joined. They had a good time.
yeah, it was
And
cool.
here we are, like the next year, kind of like how can we step it up? And we only have a short amount of time to plan it all, but because of the nature of it, it's all just come and join whenever you want. And we arranged one kind of like planned thing, which was just all the people with the previous year that did the magic wheelchair, get them all in the Zoom meeting, and we just kind of spoke about how things have been and kind of caught up. So we thought we'll do something similar like that, but each day. So on the Monday, the 7th of February, we're meeting with Mark Elger, a artist who's done a few paintings for Deso and SolidWorks on specific themes. In 2020 in Nashville, he did the magic wheelchair painting.
Yep.
I think last year he did the space station that was like part of the whole theme of last year's world.
Yep.
And this year he's done a painting on women of engineering.
Yep.
And showcasing different people, women in SolidWorks. So with that, he's done magic wheelchair and he's done women in engineering, two themes that we want to kind of cover this year.
Cool.
So that we're going to be streaming here on the Core Podcast, but it's also going to be restreamed onto the SolidWorks YouTube channel as well, so people can watch either place that they like to. And just we're going to chat to Mark Olga. He's an a retired corporate man. He used to work with an engineering company, doing things with just kind of partnering with SolidWorks. But now he spends all his time painting and writing stories of his fun travel stories.
Yeah,
Which
that's
Jonny
awesome.
and I have a few. But he has just reading from one of his interviews, he's got a very good idea or philosophy on balancing art with engineering. So we're going to chat about art and engineering and how they can be mashed together to make something really awesome.
Awesome. Very cool.
The next day, that's the Tuesday, the 8th of February. So the chat with Mark Olga, that's at 12:15 Eastern Time.
Okay.
Or 5:15 in UK. We're going to post these somewhere, and we'll let people know. On the Tuesday, that's an exciting one. That one I'm really looking forward to, which is just an open forum, open chat. Just chatting to some of the women that are in the SolidWorks community and even staff from SolidWorks and all kinds of people from manufacturing. Just basically discussing, what it's like to be a woman in a very very high tech field.
Sure.
Such as engineering, everything to do with STEM and education and that. And just the plan is Jonny and I want to give them the reins to just tell us, their stories, how they feel about how things are changing and what they need to get more change. Basically telling us what we need to do, me and Jonny.
That's cool. And those are sessions where you are live on SolidWorks Live. You're saying you're kind of simulcasting the SolidWorks Live YouTube.
This one we're doing it on our channel.
Oh, cool. Okay.
It's only the Mark Olga that's on the SolidWorks channel.
Awesome. Cool.
This one's just on our own thing. So it's just going to be an open forum chat, just celebrating the women in engineering that Mark has featured. As well as others that we've invited along. I know Heather's been invited, so some of the ladies from DriveWorks are going to be coming through. Betty Baker says she'll definitely be there. Jade Compton said she'll be there. Chen Lu's going to join us. Melissa from Tech Woman will be joining us.
Tech Woman, yeah, that's awesome.
So it should be a
good crowd.
Interesting. Yeah, we also are looking to get Mavens of Manufacturing on as well, because it was kind of her podcast that kind of got me thinking this could be quite an interesting conversation to have. And that there's no planned time for that to end. We plan to start at 2 p.m. Eastern, and then they can come and go as they please, and really, the conversation go on for however long it needs to go on.
Heather's pointing out that she hears my dog, and she does. I have a 6-year-old who, guys, you'll figure this out later in life, but half day kindergarten is brutal. Half day kindergarten means that like he comes home at 12, and then the dog is also up there, who's also a young dog, and they battle. So this could like come through the ceiling at any moment. I'm just warning you. You
know what? That would be great.
Yeah,
I would enjoy that.
Yeah, that would be pretty funny.
Just because your kid gets a half day doesn't mean you do.
Exactly. Yeah. Don't they know that? You know. But anyway.
Yeah. That's
cool,
our
man.
Tuesday. And then our Wednesday at 1:45. It's all stuff happening around lunchtime Eastern. We're doing a live session. So this you can catch on. You can register for the session as well, but we're going to live stream it from our end.
Okay.
Which is just going to be a magic wheelchair session. It's called Building Magic for Superheroes in Wheelchairs.
Awesome.
And that's just a panel that we'll be doing, celebrating the last 2 years in... So I'm trying to search for the thing. It's basically celebrating the last 2 years of Magic Wheelchair and what they've been doing.
Cool.
Talking about our build, but also discussing what future things will be happening.
Okay.
So we'll be doing that session as well, and that's basically all of our planned shindigs.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And I mean, these are things you're planning, right? But you guys are also going to be pretty much live for the bulk of the afternoon.
This is just like a planned thing to happen in between everything else we're doing.
Cool.
I mean, if you look at the timings of all the sessions, this year they've put a 15-minute gap between each groups of sessions.
Right.
What are you going to do with those 15 minutes? Come hang out.
You're going to hang out with you guys.
Exactly.
You know, if there was a 15-minute session between different sessions in World in the convention center, you're going to be hanging out with your mates for 15 minutes. Come join us for that. We will be your lunch breaks and your tea breaks and your bathroom breaks. Don't take us with, but
well, I was going to say, I'll try to join as often as I can, and maybe I can be your boots on the ground, right? I'll tell you what's going on there at HQ.
Nice.
and how things are going as much as I can.
We'll get Dan joining from your phone.
Yeah.
Walk the corridors of HQ.
Yep, there you go.
That would actually be really cool. A little mini tour of HQ, behind the scenes of 3D Experience World, exclusive to the Core Podcast.
I'll try. Hey, I will do my very best. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Mine's blown.
You can just bomb GP and just give them a phone. Say, talk to these kids.
Oh, here, somebody wants to talk to you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really important.
Yeah, it's really important. I'll give you another secret piece of info I haven't told anybody else yet. And so this is exclusive to the Core Podcast right now. Okay. Anybody who attends the Swuggin Summit, I've already set up these details.
I've got a sound for this.
All right. Yeah. Oh wait. Okay. I'll wait.
Okay.
If this disappoints the sound, oh God!
Breaking news. Anybody attends the summit, exclusive here on the Core Podcast, will ship out a 3D Experience World 2022 backpack. So you might not believe it, but we have a few thousand backpacks that were headed towards Atlanta, right? And now we need to funnel them elsewhere. Yeah, and the Swuggins.
You need to redistribute. It sounds like a drug operation.
We need to redistribute. Yeah. So the Swuggin Summit is a great place to do that. So that's another funny one, right? Like I can't put that everywhere. You can't publish that everywhere because suddenly we'll get a couple thousand people, joining there. But anybody who is there and all your fans watching this stream and watching the video afterwards will know. You join the summit. We'll give you a questionnaire and we'll get the bag shipped out to you.
Nice.
How far are you willing to ship out?
I mean, I don't know. I think worldwide. I didn't get any restrictions when I asked about it. So,
yeah, I mean, Dan, me and Kirby are still waiting for our badge from last year. So
yeah, that's in the mail, guys.
Up.
Yeah, it's in the mail. Yeah. We'll get that out. We'll get that out to you. Yep.
So that's a nice little cherry on the top. I mean, everybody loves World backpacks.
Everybody does.
To come back with backpacks.
That's the thing. You want to go and get your backpack. So exclusive to the core here. Hopefully you join us and you can get one.
Yeah, I just got to keep it quiet with my wife. She always asks me about the backpacks. Can you just ask me to stop bringing home backpacks?
I know. I always have a pile of them. 5 or 6 of them around.
To be fair, I need a new one. Nearly worn my Dallas one's nearly worn out now, so this could be well timed, Dan.
I haven't really needed a backpack in the last couple of years, to be honest. Right, I haven't gone many places, so for the most part, my backpacks just kind of sit.
Yeah, they're good quality. They're always good quality backpacks.
They are indeed.
Yeah, 3 years of use out of mine. That's
this thing's still
some
going.
quality backpacks.
Yeah, well, we're still talking about that topic,
Of the broadcast, Jesus.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, yeah, I really, of course, wanted to be there with you guys in Atlanta, and everybody did. But this is still better than any other week, right? We're still going to have a good time, and looking forward to what happens next week.
No, it'll be good fun.
Yep.
I'm still looking forward to World. I think also it's going to be like last year. UK was in lockdown. A lot of places were in lockdown, so
yep.
People couldn't really do joint watch parties to get together for it. So
right,
like Jonny and I are getting together for it. Luke's around the corner. Maybe we'll go and see him. We'll see. It'll be interesting, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of people and I think people have been asking if they still travel to World, who else is still going to Atlanta for that week, because they've got the tickets, they've got the hotels.
Some people can't cancel.
So it'll be very interesting to see what people do rock up there and hang out. That actually reminds me, what's his name? Ed
Eaton.
Ed Eaton.
You did mention that, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to be our exclusive boots on the ground in Atlanta.
That's funny. So that's awesome.
Core podcast will still.
Yeah.
We're still going to make the convention center.
Yeah, he'll be joining us from Atlanta. And we were saying he should find a corner in the convention center and put a little sign saying free CAD lessons.
Oh, man. What a world, right?
Quite funny. I think it will be quite funny.
Yeah, I think I said this to you guys before, too, that I think the other interesting thing is, like, when will we ever see World again broadcast live from SOLIDWORKS HQ, right? There was probably a time you never thought that would happen again, and here we are. That in and of itself is super interesting. It's going to be cool to see.
I mean, if World was broadcast this week, it'll be chaos because no one could travel in.
Right. Yeah. That's right.
It would just be madness.
Yep.
Nashville had snow, Kirby. Don't forget.
It was melted by the time we got to Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
It was British snow.
Yeah, there's a patch here and there.
Yeah. That was a cold week, though. I do remember that it was not necessarily like a warm Tennessee week.
Yeah, we know about that. We had a convertible and we took the top down and drove around with it.
Yeah. Not our best move, but we made it.
We had fun. We just looked like absolute knobs.
Yeah. All the locals were like, yeah, the British are here. God help us.
Before this call, had a meeting with a couple of user group leaders in Florida who we're trying to put an event together with. And they said it's like freezing, like they've never experienced before. And it was like 45, Fahrenheit today.
Freedom degrees.
Yeah.
Freedom degrees. I've never heard that before. Freedom degrees.
Yes.
Give us in proper maths, Kirby. What's the proper maths
7.
on freedom degrees? 7. Ah, that's t-shirt weather in the north of England.
Exactly. Yeah. Up here, that's
It's what we're getting this week. I mean, at the moment, it's like 12, 13 degrees Celsius, which is 53.
Yeah.
Dude, it's like 4 here.
I'm not looking forward to coming to North now.
No, dude,
it's crazy. The sun was out this weekend. Like, you can actually feel it.
Nah, driving home was 3 degrees. Proper degrees, not freedom degrees.
It is blowy, though. It is
blowy.
Blowy. Yeah.
Very blowy.
Blowy.
Yeah.
I had a pretty good weekend in the snow, guys. I don't think I have any cool pictures, but it was a cold one. I have a ATV, like a Kawasaki ATV,
Yeah.
And I brought that outside, and I was towing my son around up and down the street on a sled, like doing runs up and down the street, and the neighbor kids too. It was pretty fun.
That's so American.
Yeah.
Our friend Michael from Australia has got the high temperature of the day.
Well,
25.
Brandon, what was your temperature today? He's in South Africa. Let's see if you're beating Australia. I could probably just Google it. You know, we
Looking
have
for a
Bro,
good
freedom
picture.
degrees. 25 is 77.
Yeah, tomorrow Johnny's going to be 14 degrees.
What, here in my, in my local
Your neck of the woods.
vicinity? Yeah, in the north. I've got 6 tomorrow.
Mm-mm.
I'm not doing all this math, guys, in my head. I'm just letting you know. To convert this to freedom degrees.
25 is about 77 freedoms, and 22 will be about 70 freedoms.
Oh, I love that. I've never heard that before, but it's my new favorite phrase.
Yeah, Brandon says Cape Town had 42 on the weekend. That's 107.
That's 108 freedoms.
All right, downloading a picture right now. Oh, I'm even wearing my Swuggen hoodie, but you can't really see it. Let's see.
When are you not wearing some SolidWorks branded?
I know. Yeah, even not Swuggen stuff, right? Even just SolidWorks stuff. When are you not
Fully
wearing
kitted.
one thing or another? All right, do you guys mind if I show my screen again real
Yeah,
quick?
go for it.
Okay. This one's pretty obvious. Okay. Yeah, this was Saturday. So instead of and there is a Swuggen hoodie under there, Kirby. That's the leader jacket.
The gray one, yeah.
Yeah, the gray one. But yeah, that's my son, our neighbor. Totally safe. Okay, this is completely safe and
It's all
not
for the
Properly
freedom.
secured. There's a helmet under that, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
There is a helmet under there, low profile. There's helmets there too, for sure. Elbow pads, knee pads.
Knee pads, yeah. But perfectly safe.
There's a lot of freedom in
dude,
this
it's all
picture,
good.
guys. Okay.
Yeah.
There is.
You know what?
Like
you just need like a shotgun in your left hand. Just,
An American flag like waving from behind of the ATV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full freedom.
Yeah. Full freedom force. Yep.
like the side, like the space between the houses and the road. Like
Yeah.
it's carnage in front of my
Ridiculous.
house.
Yeah. I mean, admittedly, I'm in the burbs, right? I'm in the suburbs. I'm definitely not in a downtown space.
I'm in the suburbs too.
Yeah, you're in the suburbs of London, Kirby.
Dartford, actually. Kent.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'll get a street view of down my road.
I'd get you one of mine, but it doesn't exist on maps.
It's just a dirt lot.
Kirby was trying to street view my house. He's like, it's a field. I'm like, yeah, it used to be a field.
It was actually a field. Yeah.
That's my street.
Yeah, Kirby. I mean, you might get some snow. You could probably fit an ATV down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the difference is though, Dan, like, when the sledge kicks out when you go around a turn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in that street, you're straight in the front of a car. And
You're.
Here's a bit more space. There's a couple of houses up this way that. By the way, I do live off. God damn, where is it? Kirby Road.
Oh, nice. It's a nice little bonus.
If you go up further, that's. Come on. These guys have more space. That's luxury. That much driveway.
Yeah, I mean, more space. That really just means more grass to cut, more snow to shovel.
Yeah.
True.
So
yeah, I'm quite happy with the amount of grass. It takes me 20 minutes to mow my lawn.
yeah, that's nice.
And even that's too much effort. I need a beer for that.
Just the one.
Just the one.
It's a 3-can job.
So
I like to measure things in length of beer also, Johnny. Like how many beers is that going to take me to get done? So.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Too many.
there's a meme format about how Americans would measure like the amount of freedoms per.
It's like a 6-pack
beer.
job.
Oh, for sure. Depends on the beer, though. I mean, for me, my time's a little bit more limited. Having the little guy, got to get to bed, all that kind of stuff. So if I'm gonna have a beer, I want it to be like a pretty strong, like double IPA or a dry hopped IPA or something really nice.
Something with some weight.
Yeah.
Do you measure in tinnies or bottles?
I don't even know what a
Or
tinny
quarts.
is, Kirby.
A can.
A tin.
A tin can.
Can. Right. No. Kirby, you're not having that. That's the South African in you.
You're not giving him that one, Johnny?
Aluminum
No, it's a
foil
can. It's a can. Him and his tinnies. I thought we'd like colonized. What's the word?
Don't you use tinnies up north?
No, we have cans.
I've never heard that before in my life.
Tinnies. Get a pack of tinnies.
Cans.
I have heard an interesting fact that like if beer were invented today, right? If it came out today, like the glass bottle would never even be considered as a possible vessel. Like it's so much heavier. It lets light in. It breaks more easily. Like it's a way worse container, but still favored by a lot of companies, which is crazy.
See, Brandon even agrees. Tinny isn't South African. South Africa, you just grab a 6-pack.
Grab a 6-pack.
Stop deleting my comment, you horrible dude. No, I see what you're doing, Kirby.
What?
Yeah, but for me, I'm buying those 4-pack pints, right? The 4-pack taller beers. I'd rather go that route.
Yeah, that's mostly. It's usually just craft beer that you get the shorter tins, but the tall ones are general.
That's opposite here. Now everything here is like the better beers, the craft beers, the smaller beers are tallers in 4.
Michael's got us all beat. Tinny. That's
Tinny.
a small runabout.
Yeah, but do you know what they call a flip flop in Australia?
Thong.
I know that only because one of the shows my son loves is a show called Bluey, and it's on Disney. It's amazing, right? I will openly say that it is an amazing kid show, and it's based in Australia. It's like a family of Australian cattle dogs, but they talk and they're dogs and stuff. And I've heard that before.
Yeah,
so
wear your thongs.
Wear your thongs, yeah.
Yeah, Australians are just backwards.
Oh man,
And
but yeah, I'm pumped for next week, though, guys.
Stop insulting our audience. Stop insulting the audience. Michael's one of our long-time fans, and you're insulting him constantly, Kirby.
I know.
I got your back,
Michael.
Michael.
You can dish it just as good.
Bloody South Africans.
South Africans. It's fine. It's the down under blends.
What do you think, guys? You excited for next week?
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to hang out with Johnny again.
This is.
Yeah, I'm sure that's
last
all on
one.
one side of the table, right, Johnny? I mean, he's looking forward to hanging out with
Kirby always
you.
have a good
but,
laugh. The last 12 months is ironically the most me and Kirby have ever seen each other in a year. So
yeah,
something's
Yeah,
going
well,
right.
it was. Yeah, it's actually
Dallas, we had obviously the 4 or 5 days of Dallas or whatever, and then Nashville.
Didn't see each other for a year.
Didn't see each other for a year in between them two. Reunited at Heathrow Airport. And then last year we did hallway
You came to
hangouts,
my
and then we
house.
we came down to you, magic wheelchair, and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
So we've seen each other a lot.
Too
We
many
need to
times.
reevaluate.
and then
weekend.
the UK regional Christmas party also.
Yeah.
That was a good weekend. Me and Kirby had fun.
Yeah, I've got it. That's on the list for this year. Certainly is getting over to see you guys and getting some kind of regional UK. But,
Hopefully things carry on lifting up and getting better and going back to normal now.
yeah.
Hey, no face masks, no work from home as of today. So
Yeah, and I think from the 11th, the day after we would have gotten back from the UK, you no longer need to test when leaving for the UK or arriving into the UK.
Oh,
You don't
wow.
have to do
Okay.
a COVID test. Only if you're fully vaccinated.
Okay.
UK has decided COVID no longer exists.
Yeah, they're just kind of like, deal with it, guys.
Yeah, they've literally just gone, shit's done now, crack on.
Yeah. Figure it out.
We're over. Yeah, it's kind of nice. I mean, people are still being cautious. People are still
Yeah.
wearing masks and that. People who are still kind of vulnerable and aren't able to get vaccinated are still kind of keeping back in that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So traffic's going up though. That's the worst part.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can't.
I
I think at this point, I cannot imagine going back to work every day, like going and leaving the house and going to work every day. I at this phase of life for me, I can't like not going backwards from that perspective. I couldn't imagine it.
I mean, you
Hey.
started in the pandemic at SolidWorks, didn't you?
Yeah, so I started SolidWorks at the end of 2020, so October of 2020.
It's been that long.
So yeah, which is wild. So like October 2021 was a year for me, and now we're getting into this year, which is pretty
Almost a
crazy.
year and a half.
Mm.
So is there a SolidWorks office in Philadelphia, or
We have a local office. We do. It's not in Philly. It's in one of the suburbs here. But for me, actually, it's a Dassault office. It's not even a SolidWorks office. It's a Dassault for another brand of Dassault. But there's no other SolidWorks employees who are really there except for Sean. So it would be mostly Sean and I going there for each other.
out.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, not a whole lot of reason for me to go there, but it's nice. It's cool. It's a cool space. I love going any place that has like a really nice coffee machine, which they did. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You can buy those for your house.
Work.
I could buy those for the house.
Kirby, come on.
Yep. I like, do you guys drink coffee?
Mm.
No,
Kirby's
Kirby,
not a
no.
fan.
I like good coffee. Like I'm not like a coffee snob, but like I like a dark as could be, good, strong black coffee, and then just like have a 30-ounce cup of it and drink it all day long. Just like sip it all day long.
No, mine needs milk and sugar. It needs to be sweet.
Yeah. You know what what the UK hasn't grasped yet, Dan? Like the creamers and stuff you guys have.
Flavored stuff.
You get
UK
half and
doesn't have
half
any
and
of
all
that.
this. It's just
and like French vanilla and all that sort of stuff. Yeah.
I could do without all that stuff, man. I really could. Like it's so because at that point you're just tasting that stuff. You're not even having the coffee. You're having
you're not bothered, are you? You just want a sweet drink.
Yeah, exactly.
UK doesn't mess around. It's like you get coffee and milk, coffee or milk.
Yeah,
you get flavors and all that sort of stuff now.
Even like, is there Starbucks? Do you guys have Starbucks in the UK?
Yeah, we have Starbucks, but the menu's like slightly different. It's not as wild.
Oh, okay.
It's not as mad as Americans.
It's insane.
Starbucks.
It's like you go to Starbucks, if you get a big drink, it could be like 900 calories or something, like a loaded, whatever. And it's just like, man, that's crazy.
I think part of that is the UK has like regulations on serving size and
that's interesting.
Sugars
and
you can have in drinks.
There's a sugar tax in that.
Yeah, that's interesting.
But one thing I found interesting in America is that even like running around New York is that's your only option is Starbucks.
Yes. Yeah.
There's no other like fast coffee chain. Where here you got Starbucks, you got Pret, you got Costa.
Yeah.
You got there's quite a lot of places. I think Dunkin' is the first chain that's coming up that's starting to compete with Starbucks.
I mean Dunkin's huge. We have Dunkin' everywhere, but I would say like at the same level, like to get a really nice, like a good cup of coffee or something. For me, I never liked Dunkin' that much, but there's other ones, right? Like people have their preference, but yeah, nothing even remotely comes close to how big Starbucks is. It's crazy.
No.
Yeah, I mean Starbucks here is kind of average. I think Costa and Pret are a bit more popular.
Yeah.
I prefer Starbucks.
Pret do a good meatball sub.
Yeah, Pret's a bit. What's
Costa
the word?
decent.
I wanted to say poncy. I'm not sure that translates.
I don't know that one, Johnny. Yeah.
Up themselves, Dan, is the other word.
Ah, okay.
Seattle coffee is the best. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's basically Starbucks.
That's Starbucks. Yeah. Yeah. Don't drink tea.
I'm British. Don't you drink tea?
I mean, Kirby's not British. I don't mind a cup of tea, Dan. Michael, to be fair, It's,
I don't mind a cup of tea.
It's all right. It's all
I would
right, but
agree.
I need a bit more caffeine usually.
There's one person at work that she has her own little box of teas, of different teas that she feels
Oh,
like having
dude.
during the day.
Sharing's caring. I don't like people at work who hog their own tea and coffee. It's like, dude, share with the office or
Yeah, or make it
Find
at
it all.
home.
Well,
Yeah.
it's like in the office we've just got instant coffee because that's no one can be bothered with fancy coffee. But the one guy, he loves his fancy coffee. He's got some like fancy cafetiere and all these little gadgets for his coffee. And like, but the time that it takes someone to make just an instant coffee, he's still there faffing with it.
Oh, sure, yeah.
yeah.
There's whole like rituals, right? That's like really the word for it is like for making a really good cup of coffee. There's like a whole ritual behind it. You could go down like a pretty deep YouTube rabbit hole, searching that stuff out, like
Yeah,
different coffees and stuff.
I mean, that's one of the reasons why I'm not a big fan of coffee is because it's just too much of a faff of it. I'd rather just
Yeah,
go to the fridge and just open a can of beer or whoop ass.
yep.
Michael says he means real tea, not tea bags. I think he means not like the dust you get in them little paper sacks.
Oh yeah,
Well,
The duck.
like all the herbs and spices, and you put it in that little metal ball.
You have
Yeah,
to
he's like
steep
the
that.
witch doctor sort of thing.
Do you read your tea leaves as well afterwards?
Yeah, that's a thing, right? I've seen that before.
Yeah,
It's a Harry Potter thing.
yeah.
So I had COVID myself in December, like mid-December. So that's like you're sick and pretty incapacitated for a couple days. So I went back and rewatched all the Harry Potters because I was like, what am I going to do during this, whatever? And like I wanted an excuse to do that. But this will probably frustrate you and all of your listeners, right? But I watched them in reverse because like I just want to watch like
What?
the end. I know it's so dumb. I'm really dumb. But I watched that.
mean,
I know, John. I know, but
Star Wars. It's kind of like acceptable to mess the order up because they weren't even made in the right order. But yeah, Harry Potter's kind of like.
Kirby just cut my stream. He was like, "You're out."
I was
man.
like,
You're
dude.
done."
I was like, did I click the wrong thing? But I was like, no, Kirby's taken such offense. He's like kicked
Yeah.
out completely.
I did. I watched. You know why? I watched the last two. Okay, and then I thought that's all I would do. I was like, oh, I feel like I've seen all the other ones. I'm just gonna watch the last two. And then I still had tons of time on my hands. So then I started going back. I'll watch this one, and then I watched the one before that, and then and like before I knew it, I watched them all in reverse, which was actually kind of cool. I got to say, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah. Did you feel like Harry had some sort of like weird potion that was making him get younger?
I did. Yeah, that was really weird to watch. Like,
Yeah.
especially Hermione and like seeing them like get younger and in that order was kind of a a brain twister, but it was cool.
You managed?
I managed. Yeah,
Nice.
it was doable.
Yeah, my wife does that with some shows. Like some of the catch up shows, they'll put the oldest episode at the bottom and the newest one at the top, and she'll watch it in reverse, and it just drives me nuts.
Yep. I'm trying to get my son to watch all. I don't know if you guys have watched them, but all the Avengers movies, and like, they're unbelievable. They really are. They're
Yeah.
unbelievable. And he loves the Hulk. He loves all that stuff. But like, unless the Hulk is on the screen, he doesn't want to watch it, right? So like, the Hulk is only on
Really?
the screen for like 15 minutes maybe of the 2-hour movie or something. So I'm trying to get him to sit down. And so we're into the Age of Ultron right now, which is awesome. But
That's cool.
they're so
Yeah,
amazing, dude. They're just great movies.
We just watched The Legend of Shang-Chi. this
Okay, I
weekend.
haven't seen that.
It wasn't too bad. But I'm looking forward to Jackass this weekend.
Yeah, you were saying that. That's awesome, Kirby. Let me know how that is. Those guys are like, I remember being like 12 and watching those guys. I can't believe they're still making content and making movies.
Well,
I can't believe they can still walk.
I know. Yeah.
They haven't made a movie in 8 years. The last one came out 8 years ago.
Yeah.
So like then they were in their like mid-30s.
Yep.
So now they're pushing 40, and I know I think
Get that, let's check.
Steve-O, he broke a collarbone doing this one. I think Johnny Knoxville got a bit of brain damage from it.
Yep.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah, it's gonna be worth watching for sure. That's the kind of thing
Yeah.
I will not go to the theater for. I'll wait for that to come out on.
Yeah, that's a Netflix thing.
That's a Netflix thing. Yeah.
I'm going into the theater. I want to be cheering with people and laughing and just just having fun.
Yeah.
Like I like watching the new Spider-Man with a packed out cinema and
Oh,
when,
for sure.
When certain things happen and like characters come out and everybody's excited. I did that for the Star Wars episode 7.
Okay.
When like Han Solo comes out and we're home and everybody's cheering and the Millennium
That's
Falcon's
awesome.
in, people are cheering and we just
That doesn't happen here. I mean, maybe I'm missing it, but like in the US, I feel like people are like, shut up, sit down. Because everybody's so mean.
It depends.
But
It depends when you
It
go,
depends
doesn't
on
it?
the-
Night of
Yeah.
release.
it's true.
Night of release, you get the hardcore fans and stuff who are a bit
Yeah.
more like into it. But yeah, if you go like 2 weeks after and you're doing that, yeah, people are gonna get
Yeah.
pissed.
Yeah. Opening
Yeah, I didn't
weekend
see
or
Spider-Man yet.
Best is midnight release. That's good fun.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, I've never been to one, but I definitely want to see Spider-Man. I haven't seen that yet, but that's on the list. I'm kind of a movie theater snob now. We were talking about coffee snobs. I'll say I'm a movie theater snob because they built it's called a movie tavern near me, which is like, maybe you guys have these. It's like a huge, really nice theater, big chairs / restaurant. So you can order food and bring beers and that kind of stuff. And like now I can't go anywhere else now. Now, like after you experience that, like I can't go anywhere else.
Yeah,
But-
we've done that where I think we went to go watch Ready Player One. And,
Oh yeah, I love that.
there's like a cocktail bar where you wait and you order your food there and
Yeah.
someone just quietly comes over. It's like, sir, the
Yeah.
show's about to
They're
start.
like,
Let me take you to the seats.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they take you to the seats and they like recline and like
Yes.
lie back.
Yeah.
And then they bring your food to you and they're like, okay, we'll get you in drinks and all that stuff.
Yep. Yeah, and you have a button. You can press a button when you want something else. Like now, after experiencing that, I can't do anything else ever
you
again.
can't slum it anymore.
No, I can't. I'm like, oh, once you experience wealth and luxury, I can't
Power
go back.
and yeah.
Power.
Someone gave Dan a button and he's just like,
Yeah. Do you know how many freedoms I experienced in that
Yeah.
in that scenario? I mean, you can't go backwards.
nice. Nah.
But yeah, I gotta see Spider-Man for sure. There's a couple others too I wanted to see. And again, you get into this I think later, whenever with kids, but like you also start appreciating kids movies. So like there was a movie, Sing. Sing was pretty amazing in terms of like kids
It's
movies.
pretty good.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah, it's awesome. Well, Sing 2 is out right now. I haven't seen it yet, but
I haven't either, but yeah, there's just some kids movies that are just
yeah,
amazing.
yeah,
Like
you gotta watch them.
surprisingly good.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a new one, Encanto.
Oh yeah, Encanto is awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was great.
Sarah kept like watching like TikToks about it and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So that forced me to go and watch it because she's like every other TikTok she listens to is all that song "We Don't Talk About Bruno."
Yeah, yeah.
And I said just like, why?
Being
Why
on the
why do we
radio, I
talk
was like,
about it?
what
She's
is
like,
this?
watch the movie. I'm like,
Yeah.
just tell me.
Just tell me. Save me the time. Yeah.
What? Yeah, it was actually really good. I liked a lot of the animation style in that.
Yeah. And
It was quite interesting that was Disney's 60th animation.
Oh, was it? I didn't even notice that. Okay.
It says at the start.
I probably missed that. Yeah. But I think that's another interesting thing that's come out of, again, the pandemic, right? It's like now we're seeing these things just kind of get pushed and released rather than end up in theaters. And that's a perfect example. It's like, oh yeah, you just have that on Disney. You can just go watch it. It's cool.
Yeah, like that's helpful, especially if if you want kids to watch it, you don't have to wait
Yeah.
as long.
Oh yeah.
But I know Sarah, my wife works for a cinema chain, so she doesn't like it.
Oh. Yo, yeah, I bet.
But even like the actors when Black Widow came out, and it basically was in cinema for a day and then went straight to streaming.
Yep.
And because of that, it lost a lot of revenue.
Yep.
And Scarlett Johansson's contract was her paycheck will be dependent on the box sale
Yep.
releases, and because it was much lower than she had predicted, well, they had predicted on a contract, she got paid a lot less, and then
Yep.
she's attempted to sue Disney because of it.
Yep.
Because in a contract they expected
X amount
full
of
theatre
views. Yeah.
So they're kind of trying to compromise a bit. I know Encanto, they gave it a month in cinema before going straight to the streaming system.
Yep. Yeah. So just it's cool to see that. But yeah, I think you certainly appreciate the kids' movies a little more once you're like, hey, anything that'll hold their attention for 30 minutes or something.
I mean, it's understandable for kids' movies, but like if the new Spider-Man went to straight to streaming, it wouldn't have made as much money. It's now one of the it's close to one of the top grossing films.
Yep.
In the Marvel Universe films.
Yep.
I think it was at like 6 or something like that.
It's crazy. It's cool
It's a
stuff.
good movie. You should give them your money.
Yeah. Well, I'll see if the movie tavern has any openings this week. Maybe I'll make a run for it.
Yeah, just be like, oh, I've got your kid is half day at school. You got to go and look after him.
Yep. Yeah. Well, that's the challenge, honestly. Like me leaving for a week next week or whatever. If I was going to Atlanta, it would be even worse. I would leave on Friday and don't get back till almost Friday. It's brutal. My wife has to lay, and I know everybody else does the same scenario, but like manage all his stuff, manage the animal. We have too many animals too. Like she can't say no to it. We have 2 cats, a dog, 2 turtles, and 2 bunnies, and they all require way too much attention. And
do they all
that's
like get along or?
No.
You just put them in like a put together and just see what happens.
Just see what happens. No, the bunnies are outside. They live outside.
Dude, they're gonna be frozen.
So Johnny, like I'm saying, they all require way too much. Yeah, like in the winter, we have to bring them into the garage, and I bought heating pads that like heats their. I know it's too much. It's like it's way too much, But when I leave,
you're trapped.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I'm definitely trapped. Yeah, that's for sure.
You're like Noah in the Ark. You have 2 of these as well.
Almost 2. I'm just a couple animals short. Yeah, like these 2 cats are starting to circle because it's 5 almost, so they're getting hungry. See? Yeah. That's the old one. She's 15 or 16, and I don't even think she knows what planet she's on anymore. All she knows is like, Dude. I eat and that's it. Yeah.
We took Vicky's parents, like she has a dog and she's like 15.
Yeah.
And for like the last year we've been like, she's blind, she can't hear anything. We took her to the vet and they go, nah, she's just being dramatic. She can hear and see fine. She just doesn't like you or something. Like she's ignoring you.
Yeah, she just learned, oh yeah, if I do this, they'll feel bad for me and give me food. Yeah.
Well, I had a deaf cat, like an actual deaf cat, and that was the worst because she would like go and hide in a tree. And you can't call them. You can't like shake a box of snacks to get them to come to you.
Yep.
Nope.
Like we lost the cat for like a day, and we eventually found it in the TV cabinet.
Oh, really?
We had those big tube TVs with the big back.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it was in a cabinet, and the cat would go back and sleep behind on top of the TV because it was warm. And just like we running around frantically for the whole day trying to find this cat, and then just like in the afternoon, just like comes out. Slings out and just stretches. It's like, hey guys.
It's like, what the heck?
Dude, it's back.
Yeah. So, but yeah, even me leaving for like a few days is like she's got to run that whole farm, herself next week.
Yeah, the homestead.
The homestead. Yeah.
She got to build the ark as well.
Yeah, we got to build the ark.
Flood's coming.
Flood's coming, man.
It's come as snow. Yeah. It's just gonna melt.
That's a real thing, yeah. If it melts quick enough, you end up with like a huge influx of water for sure.
Just all slush and dirty snow.
Yeah.
So
we have
I don't know what that says. My brain can't compute it this time. Calicky virus. Is that when they go blind? Maybe
Kaliki virus. Oh,
I don't know what it is.
Kaliki virus. Let's Google.
Gonna have to Google that.
Is that like Khaleesi?
Khaleesi? Yeah, Khaleesi. Oh, it is. Okay, respiratory virus. I've never heard of that, Michael, but it sounds scary. Keep that over there in Australia.
Yes.
Just like everything else.
Hey, I didn't say that.
Spiders and stuff.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So
it's just okay. I think that's a good place to wrap this
Yeah.
up. I think it's been a
Good little hangout.
chit chat.
Yeah, fellas. Again, I'm looking forward to next week. If anybody wants more info on the Swaggin stuff, reach out to me. Please join the Swaggin Summit. Hope to see both you guys there. Get your backpacks. I'll send you one anyway, but get your backpacks. All right. But yeah, it's going to be fun. Looking forward to it. And again, I wanted to take a chance to thank you guys for what you're doing and bringing everybody together next week.
Yeah.
So
No
So, I mean,
problem.
if anyone wants to check out 3D Experience World and register, it's free to register for the full conference. It's 3dexperienceworld.com. And you can find everything on there. And then if people are interested in SolidWorks User Group Network, it's swaggin.org, right?
you got it, Kirby.
Nailed it. Crushing it.
Nailed it.
You've done well.
It's almost like
I
you know
know.
what you're doing, man.
Almost.
Yeah, fake it till you make it.
Yeah, almost. Almost. Well, if you want to follow me, I'm at KJ Designs 365.
At Castle Run Creations for me.
And if you want to follow the podcast, see next time we go live, which will be next week, 3 days in a row, 8-hour-long streams. We're going to be hanging out. Come join. Come have fun. And then if you want to see when we're going to post our schedules, you can follow us on Instagram at thecorepodcast.contact. On Facebook, we are at The Core Podcast with the O is a 0. On Twitter, we are at the _Core Podcast. And here on YouTube, we are
It's all
Core Podcast.
it's all gone to bits.
It's all. But yes. Thank you very much for joining us.
Anytime, fellas. Thank you for having
It's
me.
released to get rid of the rabbits. The Brits release when they land here. Of course, it's the Brits.
Yeah, of course it's
Wow.
our fault. You should have bloody known.
Yeah, thank you for hanging out with us, Dan.
Of course, guys. Thanks for having me on.
I'm sure it's a fun way to not have to deal with the farm.
Yes. Yeah, I get an excuse to keep the farm at bay for an hour and a half, which is cool.
Yeah,
So.
see, Brandon's excited for our long streams. It's going to be good fun. Join us whenever you want. We're going to have you just got to, if you want to get the Zoom meeting link, just drop us a message wherever, email or
Yes.
message on whatever platform we're at, and we'll send you the Zoom meeting link and the passcode. This year we're doing it that you only need the one meeting link versus 3 different meeting links like we did last year. So it's just that one. Easy peasy,
Cool.
lemon squeezy. Yeah, thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. It's been a good one today. We'll see you guys next week at 3D Experience World 2022.
People are going to be tuning in next February, man, looking for hallway hangouts. And we're going to be somewhere else.
Yeah.
That reminds me, I've booked a car hire that was supposed to be for March, but it's booked it for next month, and I've got to change that.
Better cancel that. Yeah.
Yeah, nice one.
Cool.
Nice.
Thank
Bye.
All right. Thanks, boys. See you.
Cheers.